Tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. May Triple Gem bless you all. Today we will continue our Dhamma talk with the Mahasatipatthana Sutta. We are still in the Udessa Vara. Udessa Vara means the keeping main topics in the Mahasatipatthana Sutta. Mr. Nilesh, go to Mahasatipatthana Sutta Desana Pali. Desana Pali also. This is the Desana Pali?
No, Bhante, this is Atthakatha.
Atthakatha, no? Yeah, okay. Now you go to the Desana Pali also. Can you go to Desana Pali? In the beginning. Yeah, in the beginning. Mahavagga. Yeah. Okay. And then, okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, zoom it.
Yes, Bhante, it's on the Udessa now.
Udessa. Okay. Now, how it starts? Ekayano ayam bhikkhave maggo sattanam visuddhya soka paridevanam samatikkamaya dukkhadomanassanam atthangamaya nyayasa adhigamaya nibbanasa sachikiriyaya yadidan chattaro satipatthana. So, what's the meaning? This is the only one way for the following 7 benefits. What are they? Sattana Visuddhya, that means purification of the beings, and Soka Paridevana Samatikkamaya, for the surmounting of the sorrow and the lamentation, and Dukkha Domanasanam Atthangamaya, for the disappearance of the dukkha or the pain, and Domanasa, grief, for the disappearance of the pain and the grief, and Nyayasa Adhigamaya. Nyaya means the Noble Eightfold Path. So to attain to the Nyayasa Adhigamaya, to accomplish to the Noble Eightfold Path, and Nibbanasa Satchikriya, for the realization of the Nibbana or the peaceful element. So these are the 7 benefits, and we finished these 7 benefits. Maybe we took many weeks, and again it's a Yadidan Chattaro Satipatthana. To achieve these 7 benefits, namely there are four foundation of mindfulness. Yadidan Chattaro Satipatthana. So now we are here. So we will go to Atthakatha to see what is the meaning of this Satipatthana. Also we describe Satipatthana is the foundation of mindfulness. So this is the Satipatthana. So we reach up to, now go to Atthakatha. Okay, it's Atthakatha. Yadi evam. Is that the thing? Yadi evam?
We, I think zooming in probably changed the paragraph. Yes,
right.
it is here.
Right.
Yadi evam.
Okay. Yadi evam kasma satipattanati bahuvachana. So the answer is the sati bahutta. So what is the meaning here? In this way, Kasma, why Satipatthana? So Satipatthana does Bahuvachanam. This is the plural forms. I will tell what is the meaning here. Satipatthana mean this is the actually noun stem. Satipatthana is the noun stem. Keep it in mind, and this belong to the neuter gender. This belong to the neuter gender. So, in the Pali we have declination for the nouns. For the nouns we have declination. So we have 8 types of declination basically. And in the beginning, the first declination is the nominative or the subject. The second declination is the object or the we can say that's the accusative. The nominative, this is the subject, and the second declination is the accusative, that's the object of the sentence, subject of the sentence. So now this neuter gender, how we want to go, how we want to decline in this neuter gender in this way. So neuter gender, you need to decline plural way as well as singular way. First, we go to the singular. Singular. Singular is the Satipatthānam. Satipatthānam is the singular. And plural of the nominative or the subject is the Satipatthāna, Satipatthānani. That is the way. Satipatthānam, Satipatthāna, Satipatthānani is the Satipatthāna and Satipatthānani are the plural forms. 2 plural forms you have. So here Buddha take the Satipatthāna because altogether 2 forms cannot be taken. So therefore Buddha takes Satipatthāna as a plural form. Now this Atthakatha Charya or the mainly Buddha, Atthakatha Charya mainly Buddha and the other Arahant, the other Buddha and the other Arahant say they question why this Satipatthana thus why did it keep in plural forms? This is the answer, Sati Bahuta, because of the multiple Sati. Because of Sati multiple. Why multiple Sati? You have Kayanupassana, that means the contemplation of the bodily ultimate object, and you have Vedananupassana, contemplation of the feeling aggregate, and you have Chittanupassana, contemplation of the consciousness aggregate, and again you have Dhammanupassana, contemplation of the many different Dhamma objects. So therefore, here we need to focus our mindfulness to different things, four things: Kayanupassana, Vedananupassana, Dhammanupassana, and Chittanupassana. So therefore, Sati Bahuta, because of the multiple Sati, Buddha keep it in his Dhammadesana, Mahasatipatthana Sutta Dhammadesana, Satipatthana. Thus, this is the plural form. That's the meaning. Then Arammana Behedenahi Bahuka Eta Satyo. That means these mindfulnesses are indeed multiple. Chatassopi Eta Satyo Maggatena Ekatang Gachanti. That means this is the multiple through the object variability. That is because of the object variability. Arammana behide nahi bahuka eta satyo. Because of through the object variability, this is this one mindfulness become 4 mindfulness towards the various objects. That's the meaning. And then Chatassopi ekta satyo maggatena ekatang gachanti. That means and then that means fourfold mindfulness, but one we have one mindfulness, and the single mindfulness become fourfold. And Maggatena, by means of the path, it is the path ekatang gachanti. Ekatang gachanti mean here it goes towards the Nibbana. Every object goes towards the Nibbana. When you contemplate every object, but you cannot contemplate every object at once. You take one object after one object, one after another. You take one after another, and then only you can reach to the Nibbana. So Maggatena ekattan gachanti. So by way of the path, it goes towards the Nibbana, ekatta. Being single. Being single means that is the Nibbana. Uttanhi etang. That means Buddha said this. The following are said. What maggoti kenatena maggo nibbana gamanatena. This we finished. We found this in the beginning. Nibbanati kehi magganiyatena chati. Okay, but is this? I will tell you in this way. And then maggo, thus why did it keep in singular form? Because of the because of being single by means of the path. Although these are fourfold mindfulness, certainly they go being single by means of the path, because only one path towards the Nibbana. So therefore, this is the whole meaning in the first two sentences. And then Uttangyetan, this is said by the Buddha. In fact, Magga means in what way it is Magga. Maggoti kenatena maggo. Maggoti, it is what way it is Magga. By means of the way to Nibbana, and by the people to whom Nibbana is meant a lot. So you should go via this path. That's the meaning. You should go via this path. And chatassopi eta aparbhage kayadisu arammanesu kichang sademana nibbanam gacchanti. So chatassopi cheta, that means we have four foundation of mindfulness. And upper bhage, what is upper bhage? Upper bhage is the final, yeah. Oh yeah, Jnana Darsana Visuddhi. Yes. Jnana Darsana Visuddhi. That means the final part of this path. So that means Magga and Phala state. So when you go to upper bhage, kayadisu arammanesu kichang sadhyamana nibbanam gacchanti. So then these four foundation of mindfulness in the final part of this path go towards the Nibbana, effecting the performance among the object. Kayadisu arammanesu. Then you have four arammana. Basically we can say four arammana. Kayanupassana, you have bodily objects, and you have feeling objects, and you have consciousness object, and you have Dhamma object. So therefore, among the objects like Kaya, Vedana, Chitta, and Dhamma, they among the object.
Means Rupa object is one and Nama objects are three.
Yes, actually we cannot say in this way also. The Rupa object is the Kaya, and Vedana is the Nama object, you correct, and Chitta also Nama object. But Dhamma is not only Nama object, it has the Rupa objects also. For example, we have 5 Khandha and 5 Khandha Pabbha, that means 5 aggregate section in Dhammanupassana, and again we have Ayatana Pabbha. So those are having Rupa Khandha also. So therefore, Dhammanupassana, both materiality and mentality. Kayanupassana, basically it is materiality, and Vedananupassana and Chittanupassana are the mentality. Okay. And then Kayadisu arammanesu kichang sadhyamana nibbanam gacchanti. So Mr. Nilesh, go to Atthakatha. Sorry, Tikka. Yadi evam is the thing?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Yadi evam. Then Yadi evam, you go to upper bahage. Upper bahageti. Apara bahageti Arya Magga Khane. They are telling like that. Apara bahageti Arya Magga Khane. Arya Magga Khane means you have Sotapanna Magga consciousness. That means the stream entry path consciousness, and you have non-returner once returner path consciousness, and that means Sakadagami path consciousness, and you have non-returner path consciousness, and you have Arahant path consciousness. So therefore, Arya Magga Khane mean that is the Magga Chitta. So therefore, upper Bahage mean in the Magga, in the when you attain Magga and Magga Chitta, especially. If you attain Magga Chitta,
So
Phala Chitta comes thereafter very quickly.
Phala
Right?
not considered in Maggakhane?
Yeah, Magakane mean Arya Apara Bahagi mean usually we call Arya Magakane, and Magakane, and no Pala mind taken here. Thereafter, but you need to know that Pala mind also comes very quickly. Okay. And Kichang Sade Manati. What is this Kichang Sade Mana? Kubba Bahage. Kayadisu Subha Sanyadi Vidamana Vasena Visum Pavatitva Magakani Satyeva Tattva Chatubbidasapi Vipallasa Samucheda Vasena Pahana Kichang Sademana. So Samucheda Vasena Pahana Kichang Sademana mean if you destroy your defilements by way of the Magga Chitta or the path consciousness, that is what is called Sadhemana, Kichang Sadhemana. Okay, now what is the meaning, total meaning here? These four foundation of mindfulness in the final part of this path go towards the Nibbana, effecting the performance among the object of Kaya, Vedana, Chitta and Dhamma. That the performance, here the performance is the destroy without remainder. That's the performance. And again they say, Adito Pattayacha Nibbanatikehi Magyanti Tasma Chatasopi Eka Maggo Eko Chatasopi Eko Maggoti Vuchanti. That means starting from the scratch also, but by the beings who are willing to attain Nibbana, they think that this is the path, thus they check it out. And they come to know that although four foundation of mindfulness, but we have one mug. So therefore, Buddha said one mug and four foundation of mindfulness. So therefore, in this way, that's the thing here. And then you go to Evancha Sati Vachananu Sandina Sanu Sandikava Desana Hoti. Actually, somebody get confused here. That means Buddha said one mug or the one path and four foundation of mindfulness. So therefore, the Atthakatha Charya or the teachers of the Atthakatha, they appreciate Buddha's Dhammadesana in this way. Evancha sati vachananusandina sanu sandikava desana hoti. That means actually when in this way is the situation, the connection of this passage means vachananu sandina. The connection of this passage, sanu sandikava hoti, passage of this Dhamma talk is having really real connections. So therefore, nobody can tell this desana is this is the not mature desana, like you anybody cannot tell. So that's the meaning here. They appreciate this desana has connections with each other. So that's the meaning. And then Buddha said in this way, Mara sena pamaddanangvo bhikkave maggang desissami tang sunatha, and then peyalang. Peyalang means actually it is sadhugang manasikaraota desissami. That's the meaning. That means, okay, Katamocha bhikkave marasena pamaddano maggo. Yadidang Satcha Bojjangati Adisu Via. That means then again they took another reference by, this is in Samyutta Nikaya. This is in Samyutta Nikaya. Then what Buddha says, Marasenango Bhikkave Maggang Marasena Pamaddanango Bhikkave Maggang Desissami. Another discourse in Samyutta Nikaya, Buddha says in this way, Bhikkave monk, woe to you, Marasena Pamaddanang Maggang Desissami. Monk, I would preach the path which leads to the overcome of the Mara's troops to you all. And Peyalan, that means Tangsunata, please listen to it, and Sadhukang Manasikarota, please contemplate it perfectly. And Katamocha Bhikkave Marasena Pamaddano Maggo. Katamocha Bhikkave Marasena Pamaddano Maggo. That means what is the Bhikkhu? Mara's troop overcoming path. So Yadidang Satcha Bojjangati. Namely, 7 types of enlightenment factors. Those are the Marasena Pamaddana Magga. Actually, when Buddha said Marasena Pamaddana Magga, that means the overcoming of Mara and Mara troops. And what's the meaning here? That means same meaning as in Satipatthana. Because when you practice Satipatthana, you ultimately enter into the Nibbana, and from you reach step by step up to the Arahantship, and then Arahant path knowledge, it destroys all kilesas. Rest of all kilesas, all the defilement, it destroys. So therefore, it is what is called Marasena Pamaddanang Magga. That means the same path. What is this? Buddha says Satta Bojjanga, 7 types of enlightenment factors. So that means what is the namely 7 enlightenment factor. So on. So Adisu means so on, but not only this Dhamma talk, many Dhamma talk regarding this path. And then Tatha Marasena Pamaddanoti cha Satta Bojjangati cha Atthato Ekang Vyanjana Mevetta Nanam. So it says in this way, just as Marasena Pamaddano, that means Marasena Pamaddano means the overcoming of the Mara and the Mara troops, and Satta Bojjanga, all the 7 enlightenment factors are the same in meaning. Satta Bojjangata Attato Ekang, by way of as a meaning that is same. Vyanjana Mevetta Nanang. But therein phrases are the difference. The meaning is the same, but the phrases. For example, it says Marasena Pamaddana in one way. That means that one phrase. And Satta Bojjangati, another phrases. Marasena Pamaddana Maggo is the another one phrases, and Satta Bojjangati one phrases. But they are meaning wise they are the same, but the phrases wise they are different. So in this way you want to understand this thing. And so then Evan Ekayana Magoti cha Chattaro Satipatthānāti cha Attato Ekang Vyanjana Mevetta Nanattam. So when in this way Buddha said Ekayana Maggo and the Chattaro Satipatthāna, those two are meaning wise same, but the phrase wise it is the different. Tasma maggatena ekata ekavachana. So therefore magga, by means of the magga or the path, ekata means being single, that means the nibbana. So therefore ekavachana. Aramana behitena sati bahutta bahuvachananti veditabban. That means Aramana Behedena by way of the object variability. So you have multiple sati. And therefore, Satipatthana, like Buddha kept in Bahuvachana or the plural forms. That's the meaning here. And Kasma Pana Bhagavata, Chattarova Satipatthana Buddha. Why there are only 4 Satipatthana? Bhagavata Chattarova Satipatthana Buddha. That means there are only 4 Satipatthana expressed by the Buddha, by the exalted one, by the Bhagavata, by the exalted one, Anuna Anadikani. Neither more no less. Neither more nor less. Anuna Anadikani. Neither more nor less. Why? What's the reason? This is the Veneya Hitatta. They have given the answer Veneya Hitatta. Veneya means the people or the beings who are ready to instruct, or they're accessible to instruct, to give the instruction. So that is the Veneya Hitata, or they are trainable. Those are the Veneya people. So Veneya Hitata, it is actually it is because it's beneficial for those who are capable of being trained. So that's the meaning here. So these paragraph is very important to you to understand the path and the non-path. So therefore, this paragraph keep in mind very perfectly. Keep in mind your mind. So then we will continue. Sorry, huh?
Venue, Hitatha.
Yeah, hitatta. Hitatta means it is beneficial. It is beneficial to the Veneya people. Veneya people mean trainable people, not for the non-trainable people. Got it? And Tanha Charita, Ditti Charita, Samatayanika, Vipassana Yanikesu hi, Manda Tikkavasena Dveda, Pavattesu Veneyesu, Mandas Tanha Charitas, Olarik Kayanupassana Satipatthana Visuddhi Maggo. This is very important sentence, right? What is the meaning here? You need to understand in this way. You have Manda Panya and Tikka Panya. For example, among those trainable people, you have that means you have slow learners, Manda Panya, right? And Tikka Panya. Here it doesn't mention Panya, but Manda Panya and Tikka Panya Vasena. That means among the trainable people who exist as slow learners and fast learners. Slow learners and fast learners. Dveda. And then you see Pavattesu Veneyesu, among these Pavattesu Veneyesu mean among these uh, controllable people or the trainable people. So you have Tanha Charita 1 and Ditti Charita 1. Ditti Charita, Tanha Charita means the people, we have 4 groups now. That means the people who are having lustful mindset, that is the Tanha Charita. And among these trainable people, you have Ditti Charita. Ditti Charita means you have wrong view. They have the mindset of wrong view. So therefore, that is what is called Ditti Charita. And you have again Samatayanika and Vipassanayanika. What is that? Samatayanika means they are practicing insight meditation, Vipassana. Samatayanika means they are practicing, the one who practices Vipassana based on the Samata Jhana. That is the Samatayanika. And Vipassana Yanika means uh, uh, the one who practices Vipassana without Jhana. That means he must practice 4-element meditation, nothing else. So therefore, this is here there are four people according to their character. And again, you have Manda Panya and Tikka Panya. So then, thereafter, Buddha pair of these things. Pair of mean pair. Buddha pair these things. For example, Manda Panya, Tikka Panya. And you have Tanha Charita, Ditti Charita, Samatayanika, Vipassana Yanika. If you pair these things, how many people exist?
3 pair. 3 pair.
Three pairs. Okay, again see. 3 pairs. How many pairs?
6 pair. 6.
6, 3 pairs, 4 pairs. Okay, we have, yeah, 8 pairs. No, 8 pairs. So here in this way, Tanha Charita Mand. You can, one you can take in this way. Tanha Charita means the people who are having, sorry, who are having lustful mindset. That is what is called
Okay,
Tanha
8.
Charita.
8
Yeah, 8, no? Yeah, Tanha Charita Mand. And Tanha Charita Tikka. In this way, you want to tell Manda Tanha Charita. That means the Manda mean the slow learners, and that means they are understand this Dhamma by practicing very slowly for years, for kappas and like that. So they are what is called Manda Panya. So, and again, you Mandapanya, but they are the Tanha. That means they are having lustful mindset. And you have again Tanha Charita, Tikka Panya. You write down this thing, very important, right? There are 8 pairs now. So Tikka, Mandapanya, Tanha Charita you have, and Tikka Panya, Tanha Charita you have. And then again, Ditti Charita, we come across to the Ditti Charita. Ditti Charita, you have Mandapanya Ditti Charita and Tikkapanya Ditti Charita. Okay? Mandapanya Ditti Charita, Tikkapanya Ditti Charita. And that means Ditti Charita means the one who hold the wrong view. So that's the Ditti Charita. Like self, like myself, like that means they are the basis of they are having basic belief of self. That's the thing. And so you have the Tanha Ditti Charita Mandapanya and Ditti Charita Tikkapanya. So therefore, how many now? 4. And then you have Samatayanika Mandapanya. Right? Samatayanika Mandapanya and Samatayanika Tikkapanya. So then 6. And then again 1 pair we remain. So what is that? Vipassana Yanika Mandapanya and Vipassana Yanika Tikkapanya. Then how many? 8. 8 pairs. So actually these 8 pair is very necessary, because why? You need to choose ultimately which pair are suitable for, which pair is suitable for you. Based on that only you can attain Nibbana, otherwise you cannot. So therefore these pairs are very important. That's why this Atthakatha, it mentions specially this thing. Okay, now they say in this way. Then now they say in this way, Mandasa Tanha Charitasa, to one who is Mandapanya and Tanha Charita, lustful mindset. In the same para, Mr. Nivesh, Mandasa Tanha Charitasa, Olarika Kayanupassana Satipatthānang Visuddhi Maggo. Visuddhi Maggo means the path of purification. That means that's the doorway to the Nibbana. Doorway to the Nibbana. Path of purification is the Visuddhi Magga, that the meaning. Olarika Kayanupassana Satipatthāna. So Mandapanya Tanha Charita. That means he has the lustful mindset and a slow learner, and he is instructive, or he is suitable to him. It's suitable Kayanupassana Satipatthāna. That is Olarika. Olarika means it is gross. Gross means, for example, if one who having, we will go to the Tikka thereafter, not at the moment. And for example, if you see the dead body with swollen and festering and oozing, so therefore to this person, it's very helpful Kayanupassana Satipatthāna to attain the Magga and Phala. So that's the meaning here. And but tikkasa sukumang. Tikkasa sukumang, that means tikka panya, and sukuma tikkasa, that means tanha charita tikka. Tanha charita, that means lustful mindset, and having tikka panya, that means fast learner. So the fast learner, lustful mindset, sukumang, for him, sukumang vedananupassana satipatthana, visuddhi maggo. We want to take visuddhi maggo like that. So for that, that means for the tikka panya, tanha charita tikka panya person, the meditation subject of subtle vedananupassana, feeling contemplation of the feeling is the Visuddhi Magga, or the path of purity. So that is the meaning here. Why? Because this to him, it says in the thereafter, to him, for the if he takes the Olarika or the gross object, he cannot stand on them. Therefore, he needs very fine way, like Vedananupassana. Vedananupassana, where is Vedananupassana? Where is Vedana? Vedana means the feeling. It is in your, where?
Sabbachitta sadharan chetasika.
Yeah, there is the
Every
Sabbachita
mind.
Sadharan Chetasika, and then it is in the, that is in the mind movement. So you need to go to the mind movement, and each mind movement you have Sabbachita Sadharana Chetasika as Vedana. So you need to focus by way of your jhana light, or for the Suddha Vipassaka through the four element light. So then you can contemplate this as anicca, dukkha, anatta for a long time, anicca, anicca for a long time, dukkha, dukkha for a long time, and anatta, anatta for a long time. So therefore, thereafter, one day or one time, one day, one special time, Nibbana will come to you. So there, Nibbana, you take the Nibbana as an object. When these Vedana, when your Vedana cease means, where is your Vedana? Not in the body, your mind, right? Your Vedana is your mind, in the mind movement. You cannot see furthermore your Vedana Chetasika, whatever the all other mentality also you cannot see. Thereafter Nibbana appears to you, and you take the Nibbana as object. That is the Visuddhi Magga for the Tikkasa Sukumang, that Tikkasa, Tikkapanya Tanha Charita. So this is very important to keep in mind, right? So there, and then Ditti Charita Sapi Mandas, and then we came into the third group, third pair. And Ditti Charita, that means he's having wrong view, and Mandas. Mandas means that is slow learner. For him, nati pabedagatang chittanupassana satipattanang visuddhi maggu. So for him, nati pabedagata means, for example, in the chittanupassana, you don't have like kayanupassana, you have many different subjects, 14 objects. So when you come into the Dhammanupassana, many different subjects you have, multiple objects you have. So in this Chittanupassana, no such type of deep objects like Saragangva Chittang. No, it start from the Saragangva Chittang. So then Saragangva Chittang means lustful mindset. The mind having lober mind. So therefore, lober, or the craving mind. So therefore, and then it goes like this. Chittanupassana goes to the it goes in the dosa mind, moha mind, like the thing. That means it has no many different variability. So therefore, for him, it is suitable to practice. That means his doorway to the Nibbana is the Chittanupassana. For to whom Ditti Charita Mandas. Why? Ditti Charita mean, Ditti Charita mean he holds some Ditti, like this is permanent. So this is Atha. Atha mean this is the self. His mentality also self. His mentality also self. He thinks in this way. So therefore, Manda Panya means he is slow learner, and that means when he sees his mind himself, and then what happened? He can see mind in the mind moment, and he can see mind arise and passing away very very rapidly all the time without any rest. So therefore, he now understand that, oh, my mind is not the self, and my mind is always arising and perishing away. So therefore, there is no self, non-soul, no self, non-soul. So there, it's essenceless. In this way, he can understand while practicing the vipassana. So therefore, to him, it is very suitable to the what is called Nati Pabedagata Chittanupassana Satipatthana. Nati Pabedagata means it has no the object variability, very serious object variability. And Tikkasa in this form, Atipabedagatam, this form means Ditti Charita Tikka Panya. Atipabedagatam Dhammanupassana Satipattanang Visuddhimako. For him, Atipabedagata, I told this Dhammanupassana also. What is the Dhammanupassana? Starting from the Nivarna Pabba, that means 5 hindrances. And then you have Kanda Pabba, 5 aggregates. And then you have Ayatana Pabba, that means 12 bases. And then you have 7 Bojjanga, Bojjanga Pabba. We can say 7 types of enlightenment factors. So therefore, and then you have such a pabba, 4 noble truths. So therefore, many different what called the aramana you have. So therefore, this Dhammanupassana is Atipabedagatam. We call Atipabedagatam. Atipabedagatam means it has many different object variability. And for him, Dhammanupassana is the Visuddhi Magga, or the purification of the path of purification is the Dhammanupassana Satipatthana, or we can say Dhamma object. Contemplating of Dhamma object is the doorway to the Nibbana for him. Why? This Tikka Panya means he attained very quickly. That's the meaning. And Dhammanupassana means, Dhammanupassana, you have both materiality and mentality. And when he choose some passa, Vedana, not Vedana, passa, Chetana, and Manasikara, like the thing, or when he go to the Sanya and other Sankara aggregates. So he can understand by way of the light, jhana light, or the Suddha Vipassaka, the what called the Upachara concentration. So through the Upachara concentration, or from the after emerging from the jhana concentration, you can see your every materiality and mentality. Whenever you take the aramana or the object, you can see the object and your mind and the materiality. So therefore, mind and the base. So therefore, he can understand this mind or the chetasika all are anicca, and there is no self. So therefore, to him also, tikka panya, ditti charita, for him also it is very suitable Dhammanupassana, practice Dhammanupassana. And then Samathayanika. Now we came into the Samathayanika and Vipassana Yanika. What is Samathayanika? He practiced Vipassana by based on the jhana. And what is the Suddha Vipassaka or the Vipassana Yanika? That is the insight meditator. And this meditator, he practiced Vipassana without jhana. That's the difference. With jhana and without jhana. That's the difference. So, and the path is same. Path is not different. Path is same. And the difference is no jhana and plus jhana. And so this, therefore, Samatayanikas mandas. So for the Samatayanika, slow learner of the Samatayanika, Akichena Adigantabba Nimittan, Patamang Satipattanang, Visuddhimago. Patamang Satipatthana means Kayanupassana. Dutiyang Satipattanang means what is the Vedananupasana. Tatyang Satipattanang means What is that? Chittanupassana. Yeah, Chatuttan Satipatthana means the fourth
Mind.
Satipatthana, Dhammanupassana. So in this way you want to go. And now what is the meaning here? Samatayanikas cha mandas. For the Samatayanika slow learner, Akichena Adigantabba Nimittang. Akichena Adigantabba Nimittang means, so then, for example, if he practice Kayanupassana, he Patamang Satipatthana Visuddhimago, no? So therefore, if he practice Kayanupassana, that is the path of purification for him. Why? He can get the nimitta easily. Akichena adigantabba nimittam. That's the meaning. Akichena means without any difficulties. Without any difficulties, uh, he can get the nimitta. Adigantabba nimitta can get the nimitta very easily. So therefore, nimitta mean here you have jhana nimitta also. For example, if you practice anapanasati meditation, you have nimitta, anapana nimitta, patibhaga nimitta. And if you practice asubha meditation, you have asubha patibhaga nimitta. That is also nimitta. But when you practice vipassana, we have sankhara nimitta. We have sankhara nimitta. What is sankhara nimitta? When you focus your mentality, when you focus any object, for example, you can focus kayanupassana object, you can focus vedananupassana so on objects. So if you take the object, you can see sankhara dhamma only. What is sankhara dhamma? The formation, these the formations, sankhara dhamma. So then these sankhara dhamma always arise, always passing away. So therefore, he can see all sankhara. He can see these sankhara like sankhara dhamma always arises and perish away. So therefore, it is called nimitta in the vipassana. So keep it in mind. That is very important. That is what is called sankhara nimitta. So therefore, he can easily attain the samatha nimitta as well as sankhara nimitta very easily. So therefore, to him it is very it's very suitable to attain. It is very suitable Patama Satipatthana or the first Kayanupassana. And then the same that means the Samatayanika Tikkasa means Samatayanika Tikkasa Olarika Aramane Asanta Hanato Dutiyang Satipattanang Visuddhi Mago. That is not here mentioned, but we want to take Satipattanang Visuddhi Mago, Satipattanang Visuddhi Mago, like we want to take for the rest also. So therefore, the tikkasa, that means samatayanikasa tikkasa olareka aramane asantahanato dutiyam. So that means that means he can't stay with the cause object or the grass object. He can't stay on the grass object. Why? Because he think that when he go to the kayanupassana like grass object, and he likes to see the mind and mental factors, because that's his character. So therefore, he cannot stay on the olarika object or the grass object, and he go to the subtle object. So to him, his mind is very familiar to the subtle object. So therefore, to him, this the dutiyang satipatthana. That means the vedananupassana is the doorway to the nibbana to him. And then we come into the vipassana yanika. This is very important for you, because in this world at currently, many people practice this vipassana yanika meditation, not the samatha yanika meditation. They choose the vipassana yanika meditation. I don't know why, but the samatha yanika meditation is very easy. But Buddha mentioned vipassana yanika also. So therefore, we reach into that also. So what's the meaning here? Vipassana yanikasapi mandas nati pabhedagata gatarammanang tatyang satipattanang visuddhimago. So I told this thing we need to take. And what is the meaning here? Vipassana yanikassapi mandassa. So Vipassana yanika, he practiced Vipassana without jhana and manda, slow learner. He's not the, he cannot attain Nibbana very quickly. So then Nati Pabedagata, for him, Nati Pabedagata Ramanang, Tatyang, that means the Vedanan, sorry, Chittanupassana. Chittanupassana is the doorway to the Nibbana or the path of purification. So you see now Vipassanayanika Mandas never mention Vedananupasana. Keep it in mind. According to the Tipitaka, if you practice according to the Tipitaka, you can attain Nibbana in this very life. If your parami is matured and if you have real genuine decision, and you can attain Nibbana in this very life if you choose the correct thing. So therefore, Vipassana yanika, that means without having jhana, if you practice Vipassana, and if you are a slow learner, and then you it is very suitable. Nati pabedagata tatyang mean chittanupassana. Nati pabedagata mean, I told in the beginning, it is not having so many objects. It has 16 objects only. So therefore, this is the doorway to the Nibbana for him. And Vipassana yanikasa tikkasa. So tikkas only we are having, but I talked Vipassana yanikasa from the beginning. Vipassana yanikasa tikkasa ati pabedagata rammanan chatuttam. Satipatthana Visuddhi Mango. In this way, we want to take the meaning. So Vipassana yanika tikka. So the one who practices Vipassana without jhana and directly starting from the 4-element meditation, he can attain Nibbana very quickly. That is the fast learner. So therefore, to him, Ati Pabedagata Ramanan Chatuttan. What is the Chatuttan Satipatthana? Dhammanupassana. So it has Ati Pabedagatan. I told it has variable object. That means it has various meditation subject it has. So therefore, to him it is suitable Dhammanupassana. Iti Chattarabha Buddha Anuna Anadikani. So in this way, only four foundation of mindfulness said by the Buddha. Buddha mean by the Buddha. Buddha mean has said, but is said by the Buddha. No, Anuna Anadikani. Anuna mean Anadika. Anadika mean more, neither more, and Anuna mean no less, neither more nor less. In this way, Buddha, our Bhagava, have given the instruction for us. Please choose according to you. And here you want to mention, I want to mention one special thing here again. So for the Vipassana Yanika Mandas, it is the Chittanupassana, not the Vedananupassana. You keep it in mind very clearly now. What in this current day, who practice what practice the Vipassana meditator? They practice Vedananupassana. So therefore, they cannot attain Nibbana according to this, right? And then again, Vipassana Yanika Tikka Vipassana Yanika also, he didn't go to the Kayanupassana or Vedananupassana. He didn't go to the Dhammanupassana to take the object from the Dhammanupassana and practice Vipassana. And they, according to the Buddha's instruction, and I told this Atthakatha has recited initially by the Arahanta in your country, right? In Arahanta in your country, to the first Sangayana, right? Before first Sangayana also they recited this thing, and you know, but this Atthakatha is not only their idea, right? Not their idea. This is the Buddha's instruction. Totally depends on the Buddha's instruction. I told Dave, the last lecture also, every Atthakatha and every Desana Pali according to the Buddha's teaching, not the teaching out of that. So therefore, keep it in mind. So this Vipassana Yanika, if you practice today also Vedananupassana, you never enter into Nibbana. And the other thing I want to tell in this very moment, this is the doorway to the Nibbana. You keep understand, this is the doorway to the Nibbana. That means this is the final stage. This Kayanupassana, Vedananupassana, Chittanupassana, Dhammanupassana is the final stage. That means whenever you take this object and if you practice, if you contemplate this as anicca or dukkha or anatta, then you can attain Nibbana. But before that, you need to practice every four. Every four means you need to practice Kayanupassana first, and you need to practice Vedananupassana and Chittanupassana and Dhammanupassana. If you have whole knowledge, total knowledge, only you can choose one. From the beginning, you cannot start from the Vedananupassana or Chittanupassana or Dhammanupassana or Kayanupassana. So you need to practice all four usually the practice of all four is a must. Otherwise, you cannot understand the Dhamma, right? And then you keep in mind, this is the Kayanupassana, mean the Vipassana. So then before Vipassana, you need to go to the Paccaya Pariggaha Jnana. That means the cause and the causal relationship. And then that means the Paticcasamuppada, and then you want to do the Namarupa Paricheda Jnana. And before Namarupa Paricheda Jnana, everybody must do four-element meditation. Otherwise, you cannot enter into Nibbana. So keep in mind, that's very important. So then again they say, what is the time? Okay. And then and then here again we want to go in this way. This is very important. That's why I go again and again. So then Buddha pair 8 people, 8 meditators. So what they Mandapanya Tanha Charita. To him Kayanupassana, and then Tikkapanya Tanha Charita, to him Vedananupassana, Mandapanya Ditti Charita, and to him Natipabedagata Chittanupassana, and then Tikkapanya Ditti Charita, that is for him Pabedagata, Atipabedagata Dhammanupassana is the path of purification. And Samatayanika Manda Samatayanika, that is for him Kayanupassana. Samatayanika Tikka Vedananupassana. And Vipassanayanika Manda Chittanupassana. Vipassanayanika Tikka to him Dhammanupassana. Keep it in mind, that's very important. And then again say Va mean here Subha Sukha Nicha Attabhava Vipallasa Pahanattam Va. So why? What is the meaning here? Now the beginning they say in this way. Kasma pana bhagavata chattaro satipatthana gutta venaya hitatta. That means why Buddha kept only fourfold foundation of mindfulness. Then we finish this thing because 8 different people, 8 different meditators. So therefore Buddha said in this way. And again they say another thing. This is also Buddha's word, right? Another thing. Subha. Subha means what is Subha? Subha Vipallasa Pahanattam. Subha Vipallasa Pahanattam. Vipallasa means that is the, actually we can say Vipallasa means the derangement thinking. Derangement thinking. That is mean illusion like thing. Derangement thinking. That is the thing here. That means, for example, now Subha. What is Subha? We feel our mentality and materiality both are like Subha. Subha, or we feel our materiality, the Rupa, like beauty. Our body is beauty. We think in this way. And then Sukha, we feel our feeling, or the feeling mental factor gives the Sukha Vedana. No? So therefore we feel Sukha is the where that means the pleasure. We feel pleasure. So there, and Nicha means this is the permanence. And Attabhava means self. So you have initially these type of Vipallasa. Vipallasa means derangement thinking or illusions. So these two Vipallasa Pahanattam, for for the getting rid of, or for the abandoning of these vipallasa, fourfold vipallasa, what is called subha, sukha, nicca, attabhava. That means beauty, pleasure, permanence, and self or the soul. Those type of vipallasa or the derangement thinking, so we need to cut off. So therefore, Buddha mentioned fourfold satipatthana. So and then they again explain this. How explain? Kayo hi asubho. So then, what's the meaning here? Subha sukha. I again tell in this way. Buddha tell only four satipatthana are taught by the Buddha, and neither more nor less. For the casting out of the illusion or the derangement of the thinking concerning the body is beauty, and then you have the pleasure. Vedana is pleasure, no? Vedana giving pleasure for us, and sometimes you may think your mind is permanence, and then you think your both materiality and mentality are the soul. So these four types of vipallasa, to get rid of this type of vipallasa, Buddha mentioned four types of satipatthana. So they again mention in this way, kayo hi asubho tattacha subha vipallasta satta. What's the meaning? Definitely the gross body is full of impurities. Full of impurities. Kayo hi asubho. The body is full of impurities. But the being, tattacha subha vipallata satta. Satta means the beings or the people. Tatta. Tatta means they are also. But the beings in that ugly body also, they have derangement thinking as as it is the beauty, and this is as is the beauty in this way. Subha vipallasa vipallata. The body is beauty, but the body is full of impurities. But they have the full of mind having body is beauty like. So tesang tatta asubha bhava dassanena tassa vipallasassa pahanattam patamang satipattanang buttang. And now kayanupassana, because they subha mean the beauty is the not the mind, the body. So therefore tesang tatta asubha bhava dassanena. Now actually this is because illusion or this vipallasa led you astray, and regarding this ugly body. So tesan tattha mean here regarding this ugly body, by showing the state of ugliness to them. Asubha bhava dasanena tassa vipallasa pahanattam. Then and by showing the state of ugliness to them, and to make them give up their derangement thinking or ideas for this sort of mindset. That means they say the body is beauty, like such type of mindset. The people who having such type of mindfulness, kayanupassana or the first satipatthana is taught by the Buddha. So that's the meaning. And sukhang, now we in this para in the beginning it says subha sukha nicca attabhava. Now we read subha, we finish now. Subha means the body, and the sukha, now we reach to the sukha. Sukhang niccang attati gahite supicha vedanadisu vedana dukkha chittang aniccang dhamma anatta. Te sucha sukha nicca attabhava vipallasa vipallatta satta. So what's the meaning here? Sukhang niccang attati gahite supicha. That means when we take sukha, nicca, atta like thing, and vedana disu, that means you have vedana anupassana, and then Chittanupassana and Dhammanupassana you have. And then Vedana-disu, that means Vedana and so on. Vedana Dukkha. But this Vedana, if you consider this Vedana is a pleasure, but it is not the pleasure, it is the pain. So then Vedana is Dukkha. And then Chittang Anichang, your mind, or the we can say your mind is anicca, impermanence. Mind is impermanence. Dhamma mean what is Dhamma? Dhammanupassana, or the object of the Dhamma object. Anatta mean that is the non-soul. So but what happened? Te sucha subha nicha, sukha nicha attabhava vipallata satta. So then on that thing also, the beings have illusion mindset towards such a type of thing also. So what's the meaning here? I will tell again. When it has been taken as pleasure, permanent, or having a soul, and then regarding the feeling so on mean feeling, and you have consciousness, and you have again Dhamma object. So in the feeling is suffering, consciousness is impermanent, and the Dhamma object is non-soul. But in them also, beings are overwhelmed by the derangement ideas or the illusion, because of the illusion. And so then now what to do to the Vipassana meditator in order to show the painfulness of the feeling? So what way it can be abandoned? What way? This is the way. So we need to show them. Mind is impermanent. We need to show them the painfulness of the Vedana. So and then we need to show them the mind is impermanent, and the Dhamma object is non-self. And in this way, make them give up the wrong ideas of them. Give up the wrong ideas mean vipallasa. And again say, Tesam tattha dukkadi bhava dasanena Tesam vipallasanam pahanatang sesani tini buttani ti evang subha sukha nicca attabhava vipallasa pahanatang va chattarova utta anuna anadikati vedi tabba. So therefore you know that now here that means so therefore the rest of three Satipatthana are taught by the Buddha. So we have neither more no less than the four. No less, only four. And then we go to the another thing. Na kevalancha vipallasa pahanattameva. So it says it's not merely. Kevalancha mean here merely. Kevalancha merely. It's not merely for vipallasa pahanattameva, for the giving up of the wrong ideas based on the vipallasa. That means the we call derangement thinking. And furthermore, athako chaturoga yoga asava and ganta upadana agati pahanattampi chatubidahara parinyatancha chattarava buttati vedi tabba ayantava pakarana nayo. Okay, what's the meaning here? That means they say it's not merely for the giving up of the wrong idea of the vipallasa, based on vipallasa, but furthermore giving up of chaturoga. Chaturoga means, what is chaturoga? Actually, what is oga? Oga is the flood. Why Buddha said this? Oga is as flood, by means of difficult to cross over. Like if you have huge water, if it is difficult, if you feel difficult to cross over, so therefore it is flood, Buddha, auger. And by means of uh, this auger pull towards the rebirth ocean. So therefore also it is what is called auger. So therefore two meaning for the auger. The one meaning, it's very difficult to cross over to the another shore, and another meaning is by means of the that mean the by means of pull towards the rebirth ocean. So therefore it is what is called auger. So athako chaturoga pahanatampi chataroga buddha. That means only four satipatthana. Why only four satipatthana? Because of this reason. What is the reason? Chaturoga pahanata. What is chaturoga? Kama oga. First one is kama oga, and then you have bhava oga, and you have ditti oga and avijja oga. Those are the four oga. Kama oga mean, this is the sensual pleasure. Bhava oga mean this is the other realms. And then ditti yoga mean the wrong views. And then you have avijja. Avijja is we can say avijja is the illusion. So therefore, these fourfold, to get rid of all abandonment of these four types of floods, chaturoga, chaturo og, chaturoga. Sorry, chatu plus og become chaturog. That is the meaning. Chatu mean four, og mean the flood. Four kinds of floods. And then not only four kinds of floods, giving of Chatu Yoga, right? Chatu we want to take every time. Chatu Yoga. What is the Chatu Yoga? Yoga is the bond. Yoga is the bond. Why? In what way you have bonds? That means bonds mean something doesn't allow to separate from the object. Whatever if you take the lustful object, and this yoga or the bonds, it prevents to separation. Yes, it prevents to separate you from that object, and again not allowed to separate from the suffering. So therefore it is what is called bond. So therefore the Buddha give the term as yoga. So same yoga, kama yoga, bhava yoga, ditti yoga, and avijja yoga. Those are the yoga. And then we have chatu asava yoga, and then sava mean asava, right? Asava. So then asava mean tense. Asava mean, what is the asava? Asava, something flows out up to Atthakatha says in this way, something flows out up to the last frame. What is the last frame? Bhavag. What is the Bhavag? Nevasanya, Nasanya word. So that is the Bhavag. So something flows out up to last frame by way of the objects, as well as up to the Gotrabu mind. Gotrabu mind means, where Gotrabu mind? Gotrabu mind is in the path, before Sotapanna Magga path, and before the other paths also, you have Gotrabu mind. So up to Gotrabu mind, and from in one way up to Gotrabu mind, or because up to Gotrabu mind mean, if you cross the Gotrabu mind, you have attained to Magga and Pala. So therefore, before Gotrabu mind also, the beings flows, and again up to the last realm also, beings flows. So therefore, it is what is called tense. And again, it says in this way, because of the understand. Yeah, because of the actually you have five sense doors. If you unrestrain these five sense doors, what way it flows to the water from the pierced part along the same line, they flows the beings towards the samsara. That therefore it is what is called chatu asava or taints. And again, one meaning again ISO. So then one mean again they describe in this way, rebirth cycle of suffering continuously as a flow, because that means the rebirth cycle is suffering that continuously goes as a flow. So therefore it is what is called asava. So the asava mean the tense. So if you have this asava, you can never cross over up to the nibbana. So therefore, to get rid of this asava also, Buddha mentioned fourfold satipatthana. And then chatu gantha mean the knots what is called gantha. We have four types of gantha. Abhijja, kaya, gantha. Abhijja mean covetousness. Covetousness is the abhijja, covetousness of the, we can call knots of the covetousness body. That means all the group, knots of the covetousness body. That is what is called abhijja kayaganta. And then you have vyapada kayaganta. Vyapada means this the aversion. So the aversion also, that's a knot. Not mean it is kn or knot, not. That mean it ties you. And again you have silabhata paramasa kayaganta. Silabhata paramasa kayaganta mean the kind of wrong religious practice that actually regards to the sila. For example, some in ancient India, also in now at the moment also, you can see somebody practice like dog. They think that if I practice this for a long time, nibbana will come. So somebody practice with the practice as a cow. So same way, they think as same way. So therefore, that is what's called silabhata paramasa kayaganta. And then there is another kayaganta, idang satchabinivesa kayaganta. What is idang satchabinivesa kayaganta mean? That is the actually they think that um, in this way, this is the truth, other all are not true. Oh, this is the truth and none others. Like that, they have a tendency to think in this way, and they don't detach from that belief or that bias. So therefore, that is what is called idang sacha binivesa kayaganta. So that is also a tie. So therefore, if you till you break this tie or the knot, you cannot enter into the nibbana. So therefore also Buddha expressed the fourfold satipatthana. Other one is upadana. So you saw again chaturoga yoga, that means chaturoga, chatu yoga, chatu asava, chatu ganta, chatu upadana, chatu agati. Now upadana means clinging. So you have kama upadana, ditti upadana, silabhata upadana, attavada upadana. And then you have agati. Agati mean, we can say it is the prejudice. So we have four agati. So one agati is chanda, desire, and dosa, hatred, and moha, illusion, and bhaya, fear. So chanda, dosa, moha, bhaya, those are the four agati. Because of these four agati, actually what happened then, if you are overwhelmed by these four agati, whatever should not be done, you would do, and whatever should be done, you wouldn't do. This is the thing. um, Therefore it is called agati. And again, agati mean, by the noble people, it should be it should be not reached by the noble people. That is also called agati. Gati mean, this gati mean that is the gati mean, like we can say this is the state. state of reaching state. That is the gati. So then noble people usually they don't go to the chanda agati mean the desire, and then dosa, moha and bhaya. Okay, and therefore, Buddha told four satipatthana, and then chatubida hara parinyan tancha chattaro buddhati veditabba ayantava pakarana nayo. Another meaning also for why chatubida ahara. You have four types of ahara. So, for example, you have kabalikara ahara. Kabalikara ahara means the grass food that you eat. Those are the kabalikara ahara. So, if you don't, those are the this gross ahara or the gross nutriment are uh, the source for the materiality formation. For example, you have kamma born materiality, that is from kamma, and you have chitta born materiality, that is produced by the mind, and you have temperature born materiality that produced by the tejo dhatu in the rupa kalapa, and you have again aharaja rupa kalapa. Aharaja Rupakalapa mean Aharaja Rupakalapa mean the nutriment materiality. So those are formed by the Kabalikara Ahara. So then Kabalikara Ahara mean the grass, whatever we eat, the grass of we eat grass thing. So therefore they are called what called the Ahara. So these Ahara has four Ahara. So then one is Kabalikara Ahara, other one is Passa Ahara. That means contact mean that is the what called the this is the contact mean it is the uh, uh, mental factor, right? And then you have other one is you have uh, mano
Manachetasika.
sanchetana. Yeah, mano sanchetana ahara. Mano sanchetana mean that is the formation that means your chetana. Mano sanchetana, that is also the ahara. And then you have vinyana ahara. Vinyana ahara mean consciousness, that is also nutriment. uh, these four ahara to actually to understand of these four ahara and to deep penetration, what called deep penetration mean here the penetratively understand of these four ahara. That mean actually these four ahara are the paticca samuppada. So the understanding of these four ahara, because of that reason also Buddha explained four satipatthana. Ayantava pakaranayo. So this pakarana mean this the neti pakarana. What is the method in this neti pakarana? I told in the previous also this neti pakarana is done by the Mahakachayana Maharahant, who is from this Avanti
Avantik.
state. Yeah, Avanti state. So therefore, this Maha Arahant is the one who did that Netipakarana. So this is the what we call Netipakarana. That means it is directly from the Desana Pali. And then again they say Atthakatha Pana. Then Atthakatha explaining this way. This is the Desana what called Buddha's direct Desana. These things. So Atthakatha Pana Saranavasena Cheva Ekanta Samosarana Vasena Cha Ekamiva Satipatthana Aramana Vasena Chattaroti Etadeva Buttang. Now 8. Now the okay. We don't have time to finish this thing. Now 2 hours already gone. Okay, now up to Atthakatha yang Pana Sarnavasen we finish, and then we have again we little bit we have, but I need to explain it very detailed, so therefore it takes time. Okay, any question? No question.
Bhanteji, so
Yeah.
our current practice of Anapanasati,
Yes.
as we continue to say make progress in that one, in Anapanasati, and go through the um, nimittas and jhanas,
Yeah.
how does this fit into the Mahasatipatthana? Which portion of it does it fit into?
Right. Now here, this is the
Prayanupas.
Udessa Vara. That is in Anapana Pabba. So you go to the in this way, you go to the this sutta. In this sutta, in this way, it is Buddha preached in this sutta in this way. Buddha first keep the what is called the Uddesavara or the topic. Now, what is the topic? Buddha first mentioned the four types. This is the Ekayanamagga, none other. And Buddha explained again the if you practice this path, you have 7 benefits. And then what is this path? Fourfold mindfulness, fourfold foundation of the mindfulness. And then Buddha again explained this Kayanupassana, Vedananupassana, Chittanupassana, and Dhammanupassana way. This is the topic. This is the Uddesa Vara. And then you start the Niddesa Vara. Buddha express in this Dhamma talk, Uddesa Vara, first is the Kayanupassana. Kayanupassana. In the Kayanupassana, you have Anapana Papa first. Why Anapana Papa as Kayanupassana? Kayanupassana means it related to the Kaya, body. So why Anapana Buddha said to the Kayanupassana? In the in what called the Anapana Sutta in Majjhima Nikaya also Buddha said Assasa Passasa Kaya, or the in-breath and out-breath body is also belong to the Kaya. And Patisambhita Magga explained there are 3 Kaya. So what one Kaya is the Asasa Passasa Kaya, or the in-breath out-breath body, and your gross body, that is what is called the Karaja Kaya, this physical body. And again you have Namakaya. Namakaya means your mind movement. Each mind movement Buddha called Namakaya. So there are 3 Kayas. So in the Kayanupassana, we should practice in these 3 Kaya Aramana. So therefore, Buddha mentioned Anapanasati meditation in the beginning, because in breath, out breath is also Kaya. So therefore, how in breath, out breath, how we want to practice in breath and out breath, how we practice in breath and out breath. So how we practice the object up to 4th jhana, it explained in Atthakatha, how we practice. And then if you practice up to 4th jhana, before up to 4th jhana, you need to practice the nimitta, up to nimitta, anapana patibhaga nimitta. So therefore, this is your practice, current practice. And then if you attain up to 4th jhana, then you can practice 4-element meditation, right? And then 4-element gives the evidence of all 4-element meditation. You can discern the rupa, or the your materiality aggregate, and then you turn into the 4 nama aggregate. What is vedana aggregate, and your sanya aggregate, and sankhara aggregate, and vinyana aggregate. So you have now, if you develop your all 5 aggregates, and then you can understand your five aggregate. And then this is the phala, or this is the result in this very life. This is the result, and but this is the dukkha satya. And again you need to find out what is the samudaya satya, because based on satya, this path is based on satya, for satya. So you have, if you find out or discern the dukkha satya dhamma, and you need to find out the samudaya satya thereafter. So to do this is the phala, or the result, and you need to find out the cause. So what is the cause? Is the tanha. Buddha simply say tanha is the cause to arise the 5 aggregate in this life. So you need to go to your first past life through the nama and rupa, and you need to go to first past life, second past life, third past life, like many past life, uh, um, as uh, as far back as you can. And then if you find out your tanha, that is the samudaya satya. And then you need to find out what is the causal relationship of the past lives and this life and the future lives. Right? Future lives also you want to see. And this is the dukkha satya. So now you understand this is the dukkha satya, and those are the samudaya satya. Those are the arammana, or the object to the vipassana. Okay. Now, for example, if you produce jhana up to anapana, you can practice vipassana in this way. If you want to practice kayanupassana, asasa pasasa kaya, if you want to practice asasa pasasa kaya as anicca dukkha anatta, then you enter into the fourth jhana, gradually enter into the fourth jhana. From the first jhana up to fourth jhana, you can enter, or directly also you can enter. But Buddha usually directly and as well as gradually also entered. So therefore, we need to follow the Buddha. And you can now you are in the fourth jhana and emerge from the fourth jhana when the jhana light is very bright, brilliant, and radiant. Then only you can emerge from that jhana. That maybe it takes 1 hour or less than 1 hour, right? So thereafter you can focus. Now you focus your breath. Right now you focus your breath, because you finish before you finish, you want to finish the nama rupa paricheda jnana. That means your mentality and materiality definition knowledge. So because of that reason, you can understand this breath is nothing but rupa kalapa, only rupa kalapa, subatomic kalapa only. Breath is nothing. So you can see rupa kalapa and you analyze this rupa kalapa up to its paramatta level. Rupa kalapa also sammuti satya. Rupakalapa is not the Paramatta Satya. So within Rupakalapa, you have 8 types of Rupakalapa. So for example, this why this in-breath comes to us, to the lungs, because of the mind. Mind causes to comes in breath, and mind causes to go in the out breath. So therefore, you need mind produce 8 types of mind produce mind born Rupakalapa, uh, that contains 8 rupa inside. Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, Vanna, Gandha, Rasa, Oja. Like Patavi mean the earth element, water element, and you have Tejo mean the heat element and wind element, and you have Vanna mean the color. Then you have Gandha, Rasa, Oja. That means the Vanna, color, odor, flavor, and the nutritive essence. So that means your rupa kala. If you see these 8 types of rupa, that means that is the paramatta level. Got it? And when in-breath comes, you have some sound. So sound also a rupa or the materiality. So you have the sound also now combined with these 8 types of materiality, and then you altogether how many 9 types of materiality you have. Some materiality, some chittaja kalapa doesn't have 9 types of materiality, only 8 types of materiality. Then that means you have mix of 8 and 9 types of materiality. And then when you analyze this thing up to the paramatta level, you can start to do the vipassana. Okay, because all these Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, like materiality arising as well as soon as they arise, they perish away, or they passing away. So therefore, you can understand these are anicca, very quickly pass away. It passes away, and then as soon as it arises, it perishes away. So therefore, it is not not sukha. That is dukkha. Or that is not the sukha. And you can understand, if you understand that is dukkha and anicca, and you can very easily understand based on these two, you can understand what is the anatta. Anatta means no essence, no any asara, or no any sara, no essence, no soul, because every materiality arise as well as soon as they arise, they perish away. So therefore no essence. So therefore anatta. So then you can see all the thing, and then you can take materiality. That means in breath and out breath, in breath, and in breath is nothing, out breath also nothing, but rupa kalapa. But you now see the paramatta level, and then you practice them as anicca for a long time, dukkha for a long time, anatta for a long time, and then one time will come. There comes a time you can you can see the nibbana, right? Sorry, before that you cannot see you before that your materiality cease. Your materiality cease before that. That is the cessation of the materiality. Right? Your object cease. Your body and mind are not cease, right? Are not ceasing. But your object sees in front of you. Whenever, as soon as object sees, then the nibbana appears to you. Nibbana takes by your path knowledge. So then you can attain to nibbana sotapanna state in this way. This is the way to practice. Can you understand?
Means Nirodha is only object ceases, no body and mind stop, no?
No. No body and mind stop. If the mind stop, what happen? No, if the
Yeah,
mind stop, yeah,
because I
you are
heard
not.
in Jnana Jyoti Bhante's lecture, he says,
Yeah. Hmm.
Sharir man thamte, purna thamte.
No. But your body is also there, because material you still have the causes. If you, for example, if you attain to the arahantship, but if you still have causes to that body, so therefore your body is there. And for example, now you attain nibbana, and you see the for, let's say this the arahant stage, and you catch your object by path knowledge first, and then the fruition knowledge thereafter. And that means your mind is working. Five sense doors are not working. Your in heart, inside the heart, your meditating mind is working. That meditating mind that become now lokuttara state. That means your magga and pala mind mean lokuttara states. So these mentality and both mentality are now working, and only the object is. Can understand? Good. That's good question. Because why? In previously also, I also heard in this way by many people. When we see the nibbana, or when we attend to the nibbana arahantship, we our body and the mind are ceased. So that's incorrect. Okay, that's
Yes,
incorrect.
thank you.
Yes.
And the Upadana Chaturoga,
I think there is a
Sorry.
Upadana Chaturoga, Kam and
Yoga, Asava, and then Gantha, Upadana,
no.
Agati. Huh?
No. In Upadan, what will come? Agati, the everything I written. Only
Yes.
Upadan, what will come in Upadan?
Upadana mean, Upadana, we have yeah, we have four types of Upadana we have.
Huh.
Four types of Upadana. That means Kama Upadana, Ditti Upadana, Silabbata Upadana, and Attavada Upadana.
Okay.
Silabbata Upadana, Attavada Upadana.
Okay.
Okay, Mr.
I think
Nilesh, now you got it.
question.
That journey is very, very long. Not that simple. Okay, then let's stop. No question.
Mr. Anand had a question, but I think that was the same one. Does that answer your question, Anand?
That means he posted me.
Yeah, it's in the chat, but I think Kavita sister asked it already. So
Really?
hopefully that, yeah. The last
Wow.
one, the Chatu Upadana.
Chatu Upadana.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, I think it is answered now. Yes.
Right. Upadana, 4 types of upadana we have: Kama, Ditti, Silabbata upadana, and Attavada upadana. Okay, let's stop today.
Thank you, Bhante. So difficult, Bhante.
Yeah, very difficult. The path is very difficult and very deep. Okay, then let's share the merits. Idam me punyang asavakhaya vaham hotu. Idam me punyang nibbana sa pachayo hotu. Mama punyang bhagang sabbe sattanam bhajimi. Te sabbe me samang punyang bhagang labhantu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Vandami, Bhante.
Okay.
Thank you,
Sukhi
Bhante.
hotu nibbana pachayo.
Vandami Bhante ji. Thank you, Bhante
Sukhi
ji.
hotu nibbana pachayo. Okay, see you then.
Thank
Okay.
you, Bhante ji.
Okay, Sukhi hotu nibbana pachayo.